What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the superhero segment and another superhero video. So, surprise, surprise, surprise. There's another Avengers 4 rumor floating around out there, and since there hasn't been much else to cover recently, I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. Also because I want to get everyone else's thoughts and opinions on the matter. So the rumor is actually regarding the timeline for the next Avengers movie. And while some of it does make a little bit of sense, there are also some things that are just a bit too concerning. And while everyone expects the timeline for the Avengers 4 movie to be just months after Avengers Infinity War, this new rumor floating around suggests that it will actually be 5 years after the damage has been done. But now we have some things to discuss, such as leaked set photos of Tom Hiddleston's stunt double spotted on set of Avengers 4, leaked photos of Captain America on set in his first Avengers movie gear alongside Ant-Man, who is supposed to be trapped in the quantum realm for 5 years now, Tony Stark in a S.H.I.E.L.D. outfit, how long does it take for Captain Marvel to receive a message from across the universe and fly in for help? Maybe 5 years if she was far enough away, I don't know. And what happened in the meantime that Cap and Tony apparently squashed their beef? So many questions left with an open end, without the use of either time travel, reality warping, or a Marvel multiverse of some sorts. Not to mention the devices on the Avengers' hands that look very similar to the device that Cable used to travel back in time in Deadpool 2. So maybe it took 5 years for Tony to develop the tech needed for time travel, maybe we'll get a Deadpool cameo, maybe even Ant-Man found a way out of the quantum realm before someone found him 5 years later and was able to help develop the technology alongside Stark. But in 5 years that could do a lot for some of the character developments that we're going through. That's to say, when you lose someone you're very close to, it does take a heavy toll on you. Just looking at the faces of the Avengers near the end of Avengers Infinity War, you can pretty much tell that they are definitely going through the pit of misery. Usually you have someone to help cheer you up, though, who hasn't lost someone recently and can help you make it through. But with seemingly everyone having lost someone close to them, it could make for a whole new outlook on how the Avengers handle things. So maybe a much darker and grittier version of the heroes that we know and love. As for me, I'm a tad bit more inclined to side with the few months of time having passed and somehow they do go back in time, or at least they're able to interact with past iterations of themselves in some manner. For example, we all watched Gamora hit the ground and die in Infinity War, and if you haven't, sorry for the spoiler, but somehow she just leaked a video of her getting makeup done to play Gamora in Avengers 4 reshoots. So either a flashback sequence incoming or possibly time travel. Now I do 100% understand that it would definitely take a lot of time to develop the tech needed to go back in time and interact with past versions of characters, but I also don't believe that Tony would be waiting 5 years or would even need a whole 5 years to develop it. So especially with the help of Bruce, who didn't seem to fade into dust, Tony would be on a mission sacrificing sleep, food, family, and pretty much everything else in his life to figure out a way to find and defeat Thanos. Also, another reason I'm tending not to believe it's 5 years after Infinity War is because unless Peter Parker's classmates all got dissolved alongside him after the snap, they would have aged drastically in 5 years. I mean, talk about teens in puberty. I mean, they can pretty much just, change completely in 5 years. Not to mention the fact that they would all be in their early 20s and wouldn't be seen on set taking a class field trip for the next Spider-Man movie. Unless colleges are doing that sort of stuff now, which I don't believe they are. So for me, there's just too many unanswereds to go fully on board with this whole 5-year theory. But with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap up this video, and now I want to hear from you guys. How long after Infinity War do you think Avengers 4 will take place? And are there any plot holes associated with the 5-year rumor that I didn't mention? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below, give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you enjoyed or learned something new. And as always, be sure you're part of the notification squad to get the latest in all things superhero as soon as it hits the fan. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.